Okay. Since 426 is the earliest sunset at Stonehenge, I thought it very appropriate for that to be the Pacific Standard Time broadcast of what I have to say about Yule this year, which 2:23 Pacific Time would have been the time where it came in. But I'm not sure how smooth it went, but the parts of the initiation are the naked, be honest. If you notice, the Santa Claus figure was naked, and I don't know why it was naked. Perhaps just laziness not painting clothes on, but the Santa Claus figure was naked, so that was in the middle there. Honest. The water cup. The tea was, spearmint and cinnamon. So that's what I drank there. 3 candles. You had bay, you had Tuscan wine, and you had just a plain black candle. And it was surrounded by coffee, which coffee is a symbolic of black magic or exorcism sort of thing, so that works there. The north, the reference to the triune, so we have some variation that got brought up. And we have hell, well, the 11 points, head, shoulders, elbows, hands, pelvis, knees, feet, as the 11 points. So the 11 spheres, as it were. And the 9 being the number of the infernal soul, as they would say. The presence of scripture is important. And the denial, for some people, they would intend it as the denial of those scriptures. And, but for other people, the denial would be in respect to what is outside such scriptures. So I left the initiation open for those who would intend it there. Or maybe a refinement of, because obviously some stuff needs refined. But as I've said before, as not being a Christian or a Jew, I believe in the truth of these books more than a lot of them that are there, even every day at some sort of service. We have, in the dark woods, because, we have the feminine side, but the feminine side takes on a name of, so Ish Niggurath, or any variation of that thereof, can be seen as both male and female. All manifestations of the not named one, but typically here we're going to say female. And I didn't intend to do the whole goat thing, but this idea just came upon me, particularly after seeing a video, which I posted on that video, that EP, QV, SZ, capital lowercase, capital lowercase, capital lowercase, and then these other, and then MM, lowercase, FN, lowercase, ZZ, lowercase, 14, and 40, as the 9 vibrations of the individual that made this. Now, referring to the names there, because I'm, referring to the chant, again, Demoniacus Vama chant, I was very specific to that. And it connects the last seasonal to this seasonal. And we have LM, then XZ, then a capital H, then Z, GZ, MZH, then ZB, VI, then HV, LIV, then capital H, ZM, ZG, ZH, then ZT, then MZ, then a capital H, R, NN, Z, PS, ZOOZ, and then IV, NV, then HR, N, NZ, G, S, ZO, then O, V, IRH, and then VN, VM. And so we have this name for Riora, which is an Enochian name for Satan itself, and which is Satanas, Sanatas, but there's 3 secret names. The first of these is HZ, GZ, MZH, and Hazmazgaza are the 2 main secret names, but 2 names that pertain towards the last ritual, but aren't, because we're not talking about the sons of Satan. We're talking about Satan itself, and perhaps the aspects of Satan that connect to Nergal and Shamash. And we have Hernazpazos and Hernazgazo, and that could be considered as a secret there. And bear with me as I go into the secret here, and let's look at the meaning. And I didn't even think of this, of the RYORH, but from the Enochian, we have ORH, meaning spirit of darkness, which being the darkest night of the year, this is a particularly important thing. We have YOR, roar like 100 earthquakes, and RYOR, like the harvest of a widow, RYY, the 29th author, which is important when you consider Gnostic cosmologies and New Age cosmologies that put the fake, that put an idea of infernal divinity, or an entity that's wants to be a divinity that's infernal, demiurgic sort of thing, as being of the lower heaven, or being of the earth, but being of the lower, one of the lower heavens, and therefore something you get past. And we have Or, and Or is the Enochian letter F. And remember, December 21st, 5:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 4:23, 3:23, 2:23, as it goes across America. And this is the 14th of the 4th month of 1440. And let me get back in here with this. And remember, see, we have our 3 stages. We have our green stage, our black stage, and our white stage. And I experienced in the middle of the circle, as you know, that we were looking at, that one of the things I experienced was red, blue, and yellow. Red, blue, and yellow versus the candles of Matcha, Sephiroths, Sanatos, but remember Riora. So we have what do these things mean? We have the 45, 65, 347, 75, 198, 97, 978, 90, 96, is it 96? And 36. And let me put this down for a second. Let me put this here for a second. No, I want to continue streaming.